Good morning students, how are you? In the previous lecture we have read about the loans from the cooperatives. Besides banks, the other major sources of cheap credit in rural areas are the cooperative societies. Clear? We get cheap credit from the cooperatives. Today our topic is formal sector credit in India and informal sector credit in India. Clear? We have seen, beta, I will explain in brief, so listen carefully. We have seen in the above example that people obtain loans from various sources. The various types of loans can be conveniently grouped as formal sector loans and informal sector loans. Formal sector loans we get from the banks and cooperatives, and informal sector loans we get from the money lenders, traders, employers, relatives and friends. See this chart. Here are the cooperative society banks 25% and commercial banks 25%. Government 1%, other non-institutional agencies 2%, relatives and friends we get from them 8%, other institutional agencies 5% and landlords 1%. Is more credit coming from the formal sector or the informal sector? See, the Reserve Bank of India supervises the function of formal sources of loans. Who observe? Reserve Bank. Here is we can see in the 1990s informal lenders, I have told you, money lenders, relatives, traders were the major source of credit for rural people. But commercial and rural banks, this trend has changed because they get, we can say, formal sector loans are cheap, so that's why they started to get a loan from the formal sector. Next is, I will tell you what is the difference between formal and informal. Formal, these resources work under the supervision of Reserve Bank. Clear? And these don't work under the government institutions, organizations. Second is, we can say they charge a low rate of interest, and informal credit loans in informal sector, they get high rate of interest. Third is they follow rules and regulations formed by the government. They want the documents, and informal sector, they don't follow any rules and regulations. Fourth point is commercial banks and cooperative societies. These are the main sources of formal credit, and I have told you relatives, money lenders and landlords are the main source of informal credit. Clear? What is the difference understood between formal and informal credit? After that, in this topic, one question is related to, so listen carefully. Why is it necessary for the banks and cooperative societies to increase the lending facilities in rural areas? Why it is necessary for the banks and cooperative societies to increase their lending facilities in rural area? Number first is, we can say, it provides the cheap credit. Banks provide the cheap credit. Second is, it is also, we can say, required the deficiency. It also decrease the deficiency on informal sources of credit. Third point, we can say, they don't have any surplus savings, so that's why they wants to get on the cheap rate of interest. Fourth is, we can say, they are not available to give the high rate of interest. Clear? so that's why they have to purchase raw material, other inputs. So that's why it is necessary for the banks and cooperatives to increase their lending facility in rural areas. In this topic, clear? See this now, this chart. See this chart. Here are the poor households and household with few cessed, well-off households, rich households. Clear? This given chart, it shows the importance of the formal and informal sources of credit for people in urban area. This was showing in the rural area and this is showing in the urban area. Clear? We can say they are divided into 4 parts, 4 types, from poor to rich, and as we show, as shown in the chart, as shown in the pie chart, beta, you can see 85% of the loans taken by poor households in the urban areas are from the informal sources. And if see blue, percent of loans from the informal sector, and purple is the percent of loans from the formal sector. It is if we compare with the urban household, we notice 10% of loans are from informal sources, because they are getting 90% are from the formal sources, because they are giving on the cheap rate of interest. Clear? This rich household are available cheap credit from formal lenders also. The poor household have to pay a heavy price for borrowing. This topic is clear or not? If you have any doubt, you can ask me. And you have to read next part, self-help groups for the poor and Grameen Bank of Bangladesh. You have to read thoroughly. Thanks. Have a nice day.